Hi y'all, welcome back to another video. So I'm gonna get started by taking off my last set. I'm so sad about it because I really love these nails. If you missed the tutorial on how to get these nails, you can check it out here. But I'm gonna be using my secret mixture to get this off. And honestly, y'all, it's not even that secret. This is basically just the ordinary marula oil. I took the label off so I don't accidentally put it on my face. And then I poured acetone in it. So it's a 50-50 mixture. And this only works because I used a peel off base coat. Please do not try to take your extensions off using this mixture if you did not use a peel off base coat. Now, they may come off with a lot of poking and prodding and pulling and tugging, but they will not come off without tearing your natural nails up. So please do not do that. It is not worth it. If you are not aware how to appropriately take off your gel extensions, you can check out this tutorial here to learn how to do so. But anyway, to get these off, I'm going to be taking the wooden cuticle pusher, and I'm basically searching for a gap between my natural nail and the extension. And usually you can find the gap around the edges. So once I'm able to find the gap, I will take my cuticle pusher and move gently either upwards or to the side to get the nails to slide off. Once I'm done popping those off and crying just a little bit because I really did love that set, I'm gonna start prepping for my new set. These extensions are the Sculpted Stiletto Long by Ombre, and I'm just using my mini standing band and creating some etching on the bottom half of the extension. When it comes to doing the overlay method, I highly recommend using a brand of extensions that have a very thin cuticle area. And the reason why I say that is because even though we're doing the overlay method, we still want the extensions to sit flush on our natural nail. And when you have a thin cuticle area, it makes it easier to blend to look like our nails, but better. Now I'm done prepping the extensions, and I'm going to begin prepping my natural nails. So I'm going to use this cuticle remover here, place it all over the cuticle area, and then I'm going to go in with my cuticle pusher, gently move back and forth, and then grab my cuticle nippers to remove any of the dead skin off my nail plate and just get it out of the way. Once all the dead skin is out of my way, I'm going to clean off the nails with alcohol. Alcohol is going to have a dual purpose. So first, to clean off the nails, and second, to dehydrate my nails. How you know the alcohol has done its job is by the time it dries, your nail bed should look matte, like you have a matte top coat applied, and it should look dehydrated, like they're thirsty. If you have nail beds that are naturally oily, alcohol may not be enough. You may have to go in with a dedicated dehydrator, but I'm good to go. So I'm gonna move on to apply my primer, letting it dry down for a couple of seconds, and then we're gonna go in with a gel glue. Typically, I'll use the gel glue that I'm going to be using to apply the extensions. However, I was at the bottom of all of my glue bottles. So you'll see the cap colors will be different because I had to use multiple glues, but ultimately I do like to stick with the Yogo Zombie Base Gel. So now that we have prep out of the way, we're going to start applying these extensions. The overlay method is honestly my favorite way to apply gel extensions because they last super long, they look very natural when they grow out, so I love it. But for the overlay method, what I'm doing is placing a little bit of glue on the bottom half extension, making sure it's enough to cover my natural nail, and then I'm applying the extension about 1 to 2 millimeters up on my natural nail, basically leaving a gap between where my cuticle area is and where the bottom half of the extension will be. And then once I have it in place, I am going to put my hand in the flash curing lamp so that the gel can be frozen in place and the extensions don't fall off when I'm going to do the other fingers. When doing the overlay method, I like to leave a very teeny gap. I feel like that looks the best for me. But if you want to go a little bit higher on the nail, you can. If you, for example, want to get a little bit more length out of the extensions you may be using. However, I don't recommend you going too far up on the nail. Keep in mind that most of these extensions are structured with an apex already. So if you move the extension too far up on the natural nail, you may have the apex out of place, and that will leave the nail unbalanced and potentially cause the extensions to break. So leaving a really teeny gap is all you need to get the long-lasting effects of the overlay method and the natural look of it. So even though we did flash cure, I'm gonna go ahead and do a full cure in a bigger lamp for 60 seconds. And then I'm gonna pull out my e-file again and the mini sanding band, and I'm going to blend the bottom half of the extension in with my natural nail. This is very important because not all extensions are created equal. There are some that have an extremely thin cuticle area, like these ones here from Ombre, and there are ones that have a thicker cuticle area. If you apply these extensions and go straight in with the builder gel, sometimes you will still be able to see the extension through the builder gel. It's like a line of demarcation. So you do have to blend them and file them down a little bit so that they sit flush to your natural nail. Since I'm already using my e-file at the cuticle area, I'm just going to bring it upwards on the nail and remove the shine so that the builder gel can have something to grip to. So here is what everything is going to look like. I'm actually going to get up at this point and go wash my hands and get all of the dust out of the way. Next, I'm going to grab my builder gel, and this one here is from Nail Reserve LA. And I'm going to take a little bead of this and place it right towards the bottom of my nail, but then I'm going to push it back very slowly towards my cuticle area. When doing this, I'm being very careful and making sure not to get the gel on the skin. In case you do though, make sure you clean it up immediately with acetone or alcohol in a flat brush. Once I have the gel right at the cuticle area, I am going to move downward towards the tip of the extension. Working with builder gel may seem a little intimidating, especially if you're doing it for the first time because the product is nice and thick. So it may take some getting used to, and that's okay. Just like with anything that I teach you on this channel, practice is going to make perfect, and nothing is going to be perfect the first time around. So sometimes the brushes that are in the polish bottle are a little bit too wide. It's for my cuticle area. So what I like to do is switch over to a very thin liner brush, get a little bead of builder gel on the tip, and get right up on that cuticle area. And then I'm going to go ahead and repeat the process for the rest of the fingers. This, in my opinion, is the easiest way to do the overlay method. I'm going to go ahead and cure in a bigger lamp for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to go right in with my base color, which is Sea Swingin' Sun, also by Nail Reserve LA, and this is one of my favorite base colors. The color, the tone, it's just so beautiful. I love it. But for this one, I only am going to apply 2 coats. So we're going to start off with one thin layer, cure, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply a second layer of this, and you can see how the second layer does a much better job at covering my natural nails underneath. My natural nails, I don't like cutting them under my extensions because ultimately my goal is to grow out my natural nails as long as possible underneath the extensions. I do want to demonstrate to you all that you can very much maintain great nail health underneath your extensions, and that's my goal and purpose here on this channel. Next, I'm going to grab this glitter polish here, and it's called Starlight, and there's a little bit of blue in here, but the 2 colors that stand out the most to me are the orange and the yellow. So I'm going to put this at the tip of the nail, and then I'm going to take my ombre brush and gently pull down the glitter particles towards the midpoint of the nail. And now I'm gonna grab this glitter polish here. This one's from Show Me Korea, and this one has more silver, and I'm just gonna create 2 diagonal lines on the nail, 1 on each side, and then I'm gonna round out the tips, creating basically an upside down V. So I wanted to do this to add a different tone of glitter so that the nail is a little bit more interesting. It has a little bit more dimension when you're up close, and even when people are further away from you, they'll still see the sparkle and shine. Now I'm gonna finish up by applying a thick top gel. This one here is from D&D. And here are what the nails look like all done. So I hope you enjoyed this very quick and simple tutorial on how to do the overlay method, as well as get these very eye-catching glitter ombre nails. This is one of my favorite nail looks to do if I want something quick yet pretty, because it always gets compliments. And I hope if you guys give this a try, you get just as many compliments too. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or thoughts you want to share, leave them in the comments down below. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you do so on your way out. But in the meantime, I will see you in one of these videos here.